you know you make me float, float. Boy, you really give me high. Ooh, I feel like I'm on dope, dope. 'Cause you serve me on a regular.
Hi everyone, thank you for watching this chronology. We have made great strides with little Sam, and I'm so pleased at how everything is turning out. Looks like Sam is probably going to be a lighter skin ethnic baby because I kind of like the details beneath the skin. I may do one more brown layer. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna obviously do some brown details, but I may do one more brown layer. I'm not positive yet. Also, another change I don't think this is going to stay up, but another change is I'm going to switch from the OSS Solvent to this Bob Ross odorless thinner, which is my favorite. So we're going to use that. The OSS has absolutely no smell, but the Bob Ross, if I'm not mistaken, no, it has absolutely no smell either, but I like it better. So we're going to use that. Okay. Now we're going to also work on lips for Sam. I'm going to get some pigment going. We're going to use this, and we'll probably do some brown too. So let's just do 2 wells, one with brown and one with blood. Okay. And then I start with A and then B. Let's get some more toothpicks. All right. And it's nice having all of your supplies on hand. All right, so once you mix A and B, you really have to move fast because I'm finding that it's curing really fast. Maybe because it's summer. That's what people say. You do this in the summer, you know, you could have issues. By people say, I've heard it somewhere. Okay, so here is Silk Pig, and this is the color Blood. It is like an earthy brown. So I'm a big fan. Oh, look at this. Oh, okay. I'm a big fan of this pigment. We just need the littlest amount. That might even be too much. Let's put this here. Okay. Also, I'm going to use this pigment for creasing, like the palms and the lines in the feet. I love this pipette for just little drops. Okay. I think this is good enough. Let's do a little bit, few more drops. So I hope you guys are enjoying the music, the vibe. I know I'm going in fast speed. If I didn't, it would take forever. Believe me when I tell you, it would be forever. Actually, you know what? I just want to make it a little bit darker. Just a little bit. There we go. So now we're going to use brown in the other one, in the other well. This would be for like ears, and there's certain other, I'm going to use the same toothpick, certain other areas that I wouldn't mind darkening. So kind of have to play it by ear. So at this point, I am not positive how much brown I want to use. Well, I'll tell you one thing. I definitely don't like lines. So sometimes when people crease, they will leave behind a distinct line. And although I don't mind creasing, the look of creasing, I think it just looks so much better if you pounce out the crease and you just kind of put an impression of color. Okay, that looks pretty good. Okay, let me just get another brush. So I have several brushes. These are the ones that I use for my silicone. I have separate brushes that I use for my vinyl. Okay. Let's start with this. This one worked good for Sam's mouth. So let's go with that. The first thing I want to do, actually, I'm gonna bring this plate over. This plate helps. It really does. Okay. I want to put brown in the mouth. So let's, I don't know if did I wash this brush? I don't think I did. Let's use this. The reason we're going to use brown is because, well, there's a shadow inside the mouth. And when you add the brown and then the blood or the red, whatever colors I'm going to bring out next, it just helps to amplify the shadow. Okay, so you can't really see it that much, but it is there. Okay, now we're going to outline and then I'll stop talking for a while. Okay, so let me take a minute to explain something that I don't know if you guys noticed, but I used the cosmetic wedge, and also I've used this pouncing sponge. The difference is that this, when I use this, it doesn't pick up as much pigment, so it leaves some behind, and that's why I like using it. Also, it's good for textures. When I want to pick up a lot or pull off a lot of pigment, then I'll use this sponge, this wedge. So that's why you see me going back and forth. Also, it's been really difficult to do this tutorial, although I hate, I can't stand calling it a tutorial, because my left arm is really sore. I spent 2 weeks on travel. I went to the British Isles, and when I went there, I was carrying a lot of things with me. Like, I wanted to go shopping, so I had a backpack. Well, my backpack had a laptop computer in it, so I carried that while I was in the airport. And then, of course, I wanted to go shopping, so I took a lot of bags with me as I went shopping. And when I did that, I kind of compressed a nerve in my shoulder, which then it's like a carpal tunnel. Carpal tunnel. It's like that, but there's a nerve that travels down your forearm. I know I'm pronouncing things so weird. It travels down your forearm to your wrist, your hand, and your elbow. And that is what I'm dealing with right now. I've been experiencing this pain, and it's pretty bad. I mean, it wakes me up at night. But I've been experiencing this pain, and holding the doll hurts. I mean, it really is. This doll is not that heavy, but man, do I feel it. Definitely. So I'm happy that I didn't choose a bigger baby to work on. When I say a bigger baby, a bigger partial to work on, a heavier one. Or honestly, I might need to stop. I might have needed to take a break from it. So this right here, I like having an impression of a round nose. So I like to put, normally I would have put pink here, but I forgot to do it. But we can do it with this blood. You see how it gave that impression of a rounded nose, a tip, a rounded tip. Okay. And then we'll just kind of, ooh. So let's work on the ear. The ear is so important. The ear, we're going to put brown, because brown babies a lot of times will have ears the shell of the ear will have a little bit of a brown tint, which looks so cute to me. Okay, so it's just a little bit. Also, we're going to put a little bit of brown here. I like to put a little bit of shading in the nostrils. I did ask somebody once if they did that, and they were like, I never even thought about doing that. But it does, to me, it just adds a little bit, you know, just adds a little bit. Okay, let's just add some detail right here. Even though Sam is going to have some eyelashes, it just helps. Yeah, I didn't explain why I wanted to switch to the odorless Bob Ross, I should say. The Bob Ross cleans my brushes better. So I mean, it's just a solvent to thin out the paint when I'm painting, and it doesn't really affect anything in reference to this doll. But I just want to save my brush to the end, my brushes to the end, and my brush that I used to paint the brown tone did not last very long. I was a little, sorry, I was a little surprised that it dried up so quickly. All right. When I put this pink creasing in, I never intended for this to be the final creasing. I only intended for that to bring a hint of like a blush of color in the crease. I always intended the blood to be the actual crease color. So it's just another dimension. Okay, let's take a look at some details here. Okay. Just building on details. What do you guys think? Let's turn them upside down, get another perspective. I could do a little bit more creasing around the nose. A little more shadow right here. Side. One thing is light. I have a lamp, and sometimes the lamp is not my friend because it brings out some shadows. Okay, so you see when I look down like this, you get another perspective of Sam's face. Also, we need to have some depth here. We put a little bit of blue, but now, and we put a little bit of red. And this right here is the shading. Okay. And I'm going to use the sponge, not the wedge, to give it a little bit of texture and bounce off some of the color. One thing that I think I like to do is I'm thinking, yeah, I almost messed up. I almost used the wrong brush. I can use this brush. I just got to clean it. I want to do this. It's just a shade, a shadow. And then let's use this bigger sponge. What do you guys think? I think a little more brown on the ears. pretty good, but I can just put a little bit right here. Darken this crease a little. I'm just going to line his lip, her lip, a little bit. Turn her upside down for a minute. Okay. We'll come back and add more layers to the lips later. So I just want to thank you guys again for watching, for your subscriptions, for all of your wonderful comments. And if you enjoy this type of content, then please consider subscribing. Thank you.